to stand. So I'll ask you to raise your right hand. I will administer the oath of the Public Library Trustee. I, and state your full name,
I, Margaret Hartley,
Ken Mirza,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the office of trustee of the Rockwell Falls Public Library
of the office of trustee of the Rockwell Falls Public Library,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Here I am.
So at this time, we need to elect the temporary chair. We have a motion for the temporary chair.
move Margaret Hartley.
All right,
Second it.
all in favor?
Aye.
Then we'll stand for the pledge. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Our first order of business, the new trustees are just going to introduce ourselves. I'll start because I'm already talking. My name's Margaret Hartley. I'm from Hadley. I live in, South Shore. I've been here since 91. Raised a couple of kids in the district at this library. I work at the University at Albany. I'm in the Office of Communications and Marketing. I'm a writer and an editor and do media relations. And I applied for this position because I would like to get the library reopened. Great.
Hi, everyone. My name is Rosemary Gardner. Most everyone knows me as Ree, so if we're talking, Ree is fine. That's going to work. My professional background is in education. I hold a master's degree in reading from SUNY Albany. And I taught English and reading for 27 years before retiring just a few years ago. Like Maggie, my motivation to even apply for this position was, as everyone in the room feels, just the wanting to get the doors open and get back to normal. I have lived here my whole life, either in Hadley or Lake Luzerne. And I've been involved in community affairs in lots of ways for a long time. Some of you know that. Way back to organizing Lake Luzerne's bicentennial celebrations, some Christmas candlelight walks, a Junior Miss Scholarship Program. Currently I'm volunteering, doing some volunteer work at the Serendipity Thrift Shop, which supports the Walter Maxfield Food Pantry and serves as an outreach for struggling families in our school district. I just wanted, in addition to saying that, the number one goal here is to get our library open. Something that I think most everyone in the room agrees with. This library is really a phenomenal facility, and it's one that a lot of small towns would love to have in their own community. And we're really feeling the need to take care of it, to guard it and to value it. And I'm looking forward to the work that we're going to do together, all of us together, to open our doors and make it feel like home again.
Tom Ted Mirza. I've been a seasonal resident of the town of Day since 1974 and a permanent resident since my retirement in 2001. I'm married for 57 years. I have 2 daughters. And after college, I had 2 separate careers managing large organizations. First, I was 20 years at what was then New York Telephone. And then for 10 years at my alma mater, RPI, where I finished up as the vice president for administration. Since then, and when I came back to this community on a permanent basis, I've been giving back, serving in various ways for the community. One in particular at the moment currently is that I've been the chair of the Town of Day Planning Board for the past 10 years. so I have lots of experience being involved in and running meetings. I am honored and humbled to serve the library, and like my other colleagues here have said, my immediate goal, along with theirs, is to get this library open as soon as possible and as quickly and as efficiently as possible.
Okay,
There you have it.
our next, I'm supposed to move this around.
We help people back.
Okay, oh, I'm sorry. Our next order of business is to elect officers. I don't think we have any officers currently, is that right?
Correct.
Okay, so we will start with the president. Are there any nominations? For president?
I'll nominate Josh Card for president.
Is there a second?
I second the motion.
I choose to nominate Ted Merzak for president.
And I'll second that motion. So do we vote first on one and then on the other?
Any
Or
other nominations?
any other nominations?
Okay, so you just call them in the order they were nominated.
Okay.
We'll vote.
Okay, votes for Josh Shakard for president,
A vote?
Aye.
Yes, I.
and votes for Ted Merzak for president.
Aye.
Aye. Carried that Ted Merzak.
Thank you.
Next is vice president.
I nominate Josh Card.
Are there any seconds?
I'll second that.
Okay. Any other nominations? And a vote for Josh?
Aye.
Aye.
That is carried. Vice President of Finance, are there any nominations? I'll nominate Ree Gardner.
I'll second that.
Okay. Any other nominations? And then we vote for Vice President of Finance for Ree Gardner.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. And thank you, Josh. Vote for Secretary. Are there any nominations?
I nominate Maggie.
I second that.
Are there any other nominations? And then a vote for me for Secretary.
Aye.
Okay. Now that we have a president of this board, I will turn the meeting over to the president. President Ted.
Thank you. I've run down through the agenda, and do folks have an agenda available? Okay, it was also posted on the website, right there. So when we do a meeting, you can see it there, you can pick up a copy here, and we will follow it, and if there's any changes, we'll certainly let you know up front. The first thing we need to do is approve the October minutes. They were posted on the website. I'm assuming each of you trustees has had a chance to look them over.
Yes.
Are there any questions or corrections or other things that need to be said about the meeting minutes from October 17th? Okay, if there are none, I will entertain a motion to approve those minutes.
I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes from October.
Jason Hall,
I'll second that.
second, Art, all in favor?
You have to.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, minutes from that date has been approved. Now we have a segment of the meeting that I'll have to get up to speed on, so we'll turn to Josh to help us. This is where we approve the check register, financial reports, and make sure we pay some bills. Is that fair to say?
That is fair to say. So we have a spreadsheet here with all of the current bills that need payment on there. And some of the bills are obviously missing, and that is because we had done a partial auto pay. We're going to talk about that a little bit later, give a little bit of clarity there. But these are items that are not on that partial auto pay. And so you see, the multiples there. De Lorenzo is our accounting. You see the insurance fund, Spectrum. Reed, that was the one that I wasn't sure if we would have both. Sal's has multiple charges there. The printer has multiple charges, and that is it. And then here are the bills, if anyone wants to actually look at the physical bills as well. And I'll actually pass
So
those
the-
down to the VP.
The Di Lorenzo and Associates are the bookkeepers. And we have a specific treasurer bookkeeper, and her name is Tammy Priest.
Yes, she's associated with them, but they handle our payroll.
Okay.
We hired Tammy specifically as our treasurer.
Okay. And what involvement do we have in terms of check signing or that sort of thing?
None.
No,
We vote to approve this and then we send this to Tammy. We send her copies of all those bills, which she's already gotten. So she could get a head start, but we send a new copy of all those bills. We send this approved and then she makes out the checks. And then the vice president of finance, after we receive the checks, will confirm the checks with the spreadsheet and with the bills that are in the folder.
and do we have any rules or, policies that have to involve multiple signatures on large expenditures, or is it totally the different?
Two signatures, I'll talk about that in a little bit.
Okay.
We need signatures for our account. We currently only have mine.
Okay. Okay, so looking this over, at this point, you're recommending approving this check register?
Yes.
Do we need to do that as a formal?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll entertain a motion for
I have
approval of
this-
the check register.
Before we go there, I just had, so, I know that this is the ones that we didn't have pre-approved. I know we talked about, the Green Acres payments,
Mhm.
and did we figure that out?
Yes.
That got
Yep.
solved?
We went ahead and did it because it was an emergency and then this is what we're looking at in a few, and this will put Green Acres at, it'll put lawn care and stone removal as an auto
Auto
pay.
pay, so then we don't have to worry about missing it.
Right, and we can discuss that, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm good then.
Okay, sorry.
Just one more question, and so with the approval of this, you said there are still a few bills that are outstanding. Or no? This is everything up to date?
This is everything that I've seen a physical bill for.
Okay.
It is possible that something has slipped through the cracks, but this is everything I've seen a physical bill for.
And this one has no
I saw that, yes, so
North Country Gen.
I will follow up with them. And actually, Reed, can I steal those folders back and we'll see if that's my error or if that is just a carryover because I know they need to be paid. Thank you.
So a motion to adopt the right for a second.
Yeah.
Does discussion come after two motions or just, okay, so we make a motion, second motion, and then the discussion.
We'll entertain a motion then to approve these bills as presented.
So I'll leave it to someone else to make that motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the bills to be paid.
Jason? Second?
I second that.
Second, Josh? Any other further discussion? All in favor?
Wait, did we have further discussion about the North Country Gen?
We don't have the physical bill, so what we can do is we can follow up with them.
Okay.
I can either take care of that or the vice president of finance can take care of that, you know, it's a carryover from the previous. so.
Oh, from the previous list?
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
Sorry, stealing those from you.
Thanks.
You had additional financial report of any sort, is that it?
That's it, that's all we got.
Did you get a vote on
we
that?
didn't get it.
Should we have vote?
You got your vote.
Oh, I voted yes, I did.
No, I don't think.
We
You
didn't
got
vote.
everybody else's vote.
All in favor?
You want everybody to say aye, is that the procedure?
I think you want that.
That's okay. Let's start at the other end of the
Doesn't
table.
have to be a roll
We can do
call,
that.
I just, you didn't call for it.
I get you.
All in, I'm in favor.
Oh,
All right, so check register financial reports, we are approved. But under old business, we have an item which is the search for library manager and employees. And I think everybody understands, and we certainly understand and realize that we need to hire a library manager, and I'm gonna use the word manager, in order to get this library open. It's my understanding, and you trustees who have been here long before me, that, we did have ads out. It was not necessary to go through the civil service list because no one was interested, so we could entertain applications from other folks. And at one point, we had up to 5 people who were interested in this position, and then things happened where we no longer were open, people were all the turmoil. And at this moment, if it's my understanding, we don't know for sure who, if anyone of those five is still interested in this position. Is that fair or
It
not?
wasn't a complete list, correct?
There was-
I don't think there was a lack of interest,
So-
it just wasn't a complete list.
There were two people on the list. The two people on the list were not interested in that position at the time.
Okay,
So once we can go outside the list now, because the list doesn't exist. Whoever gets chosen to be the library manager will have to, in the future, pass that test to be eligible for a full-term position. a full-
okay. So at the moment, we do not have any candidates for this position. Is that correct? Or do we need to go back and check the folks?
We
We
need,
may have been,
we need to circle back to the people that applied
okay.
and see if they're still interested. Now that we can do that.
Mr. President and I should take that task to do that.
Mhm.
And, we will then bring that information back and probably in terms of discussing it, where there are names involved and that sort of thing, we may need executive session, we'll see. But at this point, if you all agree, I will do that circling back, to find if there's folks that are still interested based on the ads that we did put out. And if there are, we'll have a discussion about whether we want to entertain interviewing them. And then we'll go from there.
Absolutely.
Any other suggestions from that point of view? Oh, good. Okay,
The position's also been posted on the website.
Yes.
has been posted on website,
Mhm.
yeah, right. Okay, anything else in terms of that at this point? Okay, well, good.
I think it's just our most important, the most important thing we do right now is to get that done.
Number one, absolutely, and it may even, require a special meeting, if we get some information quickly,
Oh, it will,
we'll
yes.
call a special meeting, and then we can, go into executive session to discuss the individuals as the case may be, so we'll go from there. Good? We're good,
Okay.
okay. New business, the reapproval of board authorization to the treasurer to pay certain monthly bills in advance, and these are the ones you're saying that were kind of on auto pay, so to speak?
Thanks, Jeff.
Yep. We're looking at a
Thank you.
document that talks of, go ahead, Ralph.
So, this document includes a couple of things that weren't included in the original. Telephone and internet is included on this that somehow got left off the list. And then, we've also included lawn care and snow removal on this list as well. The rest of these things were already on the list. It's obviously open to discussion. We don't necessarily have to include all of these things. But this is the addition of phone and internet to what we already were doing.
Okay, so we're just reading them down quickly for the benefit of everyone. It's electricity, which we currently get from National Grid. Heating oil with Waterhouse Oil Company. Insurance, which is an upstate insurance.
They're the broker, not the actual insurance company,
Right.
but it's
They are policy placed there.
correct, yeah.
Telephone and internet. Lawn care and snow removal, and then carpet services. Is that different than other
Yes,
cleaning, or is that?
Yes, it is. We have an individual that does the cleaning.
Okay,
And so, they handle like the carpets that you walk in on, wipe your feet from snow and
the
rain, that
walk-off
kind of.
carpets,
Yeah,
okay. Okay, so, and these are things that, like all of anybody that has a household, you're gonna pay these bills when they come due, and there'll be varying amounts in terms of electricity, heating oil, perhaps insurance is the same, telephone and internet may be the same, but lawn care, snow removal, carpet services, I guess,
Should we
those
have,
may vary a bit.
should we have payroll on here?
I was just gonna
Yeah.
say,
Payroll has been automatic. Do you want to add it to it?
I think it's a good
I
idea.
think
It's
what
one
we're-
of those standard ones that you can.
Reapproving it as a board as a whole, I think would be a good idea.
Sounds good. So payroll includes all staff. And then payroll has also included the gentleman that does the cleaning. His name is Teddy Walker.
Is Teddy a staff person or a
He's been treated as if he's staff. He's been paid as if he was staff. He's on the regular payroll. And so we are going to be receiving a check in the very near future. And we need 2 signatures on that check because we don't have any checks, we don't have any signatures on file other than mine. And so, Teddy's check will need 2 signatures. So as soon as Claire receives that check, she's gonna have to contact us and 2 of us are gonna have to sign that check.
Okay, I'm certainly willing to run down at any point to sign checks. Not a problem.
I have a question if I may.
Sure.
Lawn care and snow removal, is that a contract per season,
Mhm.
not per visit,
It's a contract per year.
per year?
Yep,
Okay, so there's a set amount that we would know
right.
easily
It's,
what the prepay was?
yes, we do. So
It's like
that's
370.
370 something is the every month. And then the salt and the supplies like that are extra on top of that.
So you might have a bill that like for salt that you don't know, the prices fluctuate, so if they have to buy salt for here, that part of the bill may be unknown.
And so snow removal should include not only the monthly bill, but we also want to include, that extra charge for the salt and things like that.
There's probably, I mean, those are things that need to be done, and if we monitor them on a regular basis, if it looks like they're getting out of line, we can always go back and double check, but makes sense to me.
No, yeah, it's detriment to the building that it's for safety, that it's,
Sure.
things are clean and
Absolutely, needs
clear,
to be done.
and they do a good job at it now, so.
Okay. Okay, so
The
what,
items on your list are very typical of items that the controller's office would say that you can pre-approve.
they are, okay, that's great, so we are,
Do we need to vote on it?
actually
Yes.
reapproving this pre-approval, I guess, is that okay, the way to put it?
Mhm.
And it's the list of items that we have here, including now that we've added, which is payroll, all staff plus Penny Walker. Any further discussion on that? Is everyone, in favor? I'll entertain a motion to do that, to approve this pre-approval.
I'll make a motion to get the pre-approval of reoccurring bills for future payments done.
Second?
I'll second.
Okay, second by Rick. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All five of us, okay. Good. That's done. Okay. I would like to make just a quick report. I had a conversation, this is under new business, it's not on the agenda, but I had a conversation today with Sarah Dallas of the Southern Adirondack Library System.
Mhm.
And, we will, at some point right after the holidays, they will be working with the State Library Association to schedule training. And that's training for us new trustees. Now, you, Josh and.
No, I have not.
You have not.
I'm included
You-
doing training with you. I've been to one meeting
That's right.
that was
you're
before
good.
this.
Josh, you've had it.
Mhm.
Okay. I would think if you're interested and welcome, certainly could sit in. I don't imagine it's gonna be much different. But she will, or I will contact her right after the first, and we'll see if we can set up a schedule. I'll work with all of you to make sure it's convenient. I presume evenings would work best for everyone, and that's the way we'll do it. Okay,
That's 2 hours annually, I believe. So every single year you have to go. for
2
that
hours,
training
yeah,
again,
that's
yeah.
the requirement.
So I will be up for that training again.
Okay, and I thought, if I perhaps misunderstood her, but I don't think so. I think she said they're also gonna have maybe a little more than that in the beginning for us, but the 2 hours is kind of a refresher in terms of things that we may have forgotten or new things that come up, I guess, but we will need to know a lot just from the beginning because we're newbies. So that's how we'll do it. Okay, now, next thing on this is public comment. Now,
Hold on just a second. If you're
Sure.
still on new business, I'm
Sure.
sorry.
okay,
Just a couple of things. New York State retirement needs attention. And so I will forward information to you about that. There are several people still on the listings that are not active employees of the library. And had a great conversation with them about that and the need to get those people off from there. So there's gonna be several things that you're gonna have to do. We're gonna have to get new people on file. And then we're gonna have to terminate several employees that are on that listing as well. Before we leave, we also need signatures from the treasurer and the president likely. And that is to submit to, the vice president of finance, excuse me, that's to submit to the treasurer. So we can have, signatures for those checks and for payroll as well. So any employee that has direct deposit hasn't seen a lapse in payment, but any employee or person that's doing any work, has not gotten paid because they don't have the adequate signatures. And then the vice president of finance will have to be added to the bank account, which is no big deal. They're great over there at Glens Falls National.
And are these signatures something we're just gonna sign a piece of paper or? you
Yep,
have
just,
cards?
you're gonna sign the size of a check signature, sign 2 or 3 times for her. And then, we can drop them off and make sure she gets them.
Okay. Okay, we can do that right after the meeting. We don't need to do it
Absolutely.
Now, sure, all right, that's fine. And then this other business with the people that we're talking about taking off, is that something we can do offline, or do we need to do it in this meeting?
You'll do that offline. As she said, it's gonna be a long process of signing up and then looking at each employee. I believe she said there's like 15 or 12 employees that are listed that need to be taken off. So
Okay,
they have not received reporting from us since August.
wow. Okay. Okay, anything else in terms of the new business then that we need to do? All right, it's my understanding, and now that on the agenda, we will move to, public comment. And being new to the position, I just wanted to reiterate a couple of things relevant to how we're gonna handle this. And we had decided a while ago that we would have public comment at the end of the meeting, so that if there was something that come up or whatever that you needed to comment on, folks out there, you would have heard us speak and what business we did. So that's the way we'll do it. Typically, and I think for this time, we will stick to our time limit. It's always been traditionally 30 minutes. But we'll try to make sure everyone gets to come in and speak. Each person will get 2 minutes. Yeah, no, you don't get 30 minutes. Sorry. I go there early, so that would not work for me. And I just wanted to, and I was been reading through a lot of things, and I got a lot more to read through, but, we have a code of conduct for the board, and it's an expectation that that conduct that we present to you will be the way you present to us. And we're just looking for a respectful behavior. And we don't wanna be yelling at people or talking over people. We wanna be able to hear you. And so we're going to ask, and the other thing that was agreed, and council tells me it's quite all right. Anyone who is a resident of Hadley Luzerne School District has first dibs in terms of commenting. Once all folks that are part of our Hadley Luzerne School District have commented, we'll open it to anyone else who has come to a public meeting, because that's the law. It is a public meeting. So those are kind of the ground rules. We're gonna ask you to come forward, state your name and where you're from, so we know that for our record. And the other thing is that you may ask a question, of the board. We're not gonna speak to the board, not to individuals, but if you may ask a question of the board, if somebody can answer it quickly, we will. If we need to do a little research to make sure that what we're telling you is the right thing, we will do that. And we will report back at the next meeting, or we'll get back to you individually with, if it's that sort of thing. But I'm guessing on a public basis, if people have heard those comments, they would be most interested in what our answers might be if there are questions. So are those pretty clear? Everybody's okay with that, right? So if that's the case, how do we time this? It's 2 minutes. Do you have a timer, or do we do we got a timer? We got a official timekeeper. That's good. Okay, so then at this point, we will open the meeting to public comment. Anyone willing to come forward at this point? We're more than happy to hear you. You may remember, at 2 ears and 1 mouth, we like to listen and use them in that order. If there is none at this point, please.
Can I just say thank you to people that both ran and were elected before and are still here, and people that have come out and applied for the purposes of reopening the board or reopening the library. I'm just grateful for you volunteering your time.
And your name is, and you're from?
Oh, I'm sorry, Janice Waterhouse, I'm from Lake Luzerne.
Lake Luzerne. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you for those words. Sir.
Colin Hagedorn, I'm from the town of Hadley.
Hello.
I've been coming here way too long and getting no answers way too long. My question is, who is the new FOIL request officer starting tonight?
We do not have a FOIL request officer at this moment. That's one of the items of organization that us new folks are gonna have to deal with. And as soon as we get that process in place, we'll report back to you, and we'll try to do it as quickly as possible.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, sir.
Yes, Jim Niles, East River Drive. If there's anything I can do in terms of coordinating stuff with the town board, let me know.
This is for the town board of
Town
Oh, like,
council.
Lake Luzerne.
Yep.
Great.
Great to see good people apply, get appointed, and if I can help in any way, let me know.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
thank you very much. Anyone else?
I believe we might have one person who's attending remotely, if you're willing to give.
Do they have the ability to speak? I thought they said people wouldn't have the ability to speak, but that's great, if they can.
I can allow them if you'd like. Do you have something you'd like to ask?
Hi, this is Shawnette Bailey, Town of Lake Luzerne. I would just like to offer a warm congratulations and welcome to our new board members. I thank you very much for your upcoming service. And I thank the two gentlemen who've been serving on the board as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Sean.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
thank you. Okay, someone else is, okay, all right. The agenda,
A comment.
oh, I'm sorry, please
That's
come
okay.
forward, I'm sorry. I didn't see you there.
I tried to decide if I wanted to be present as well. I'm Sue Wilder. I'm from the Hadley Business Association. And for the last 5 or 6 years, we have, the association, have donated Christmas trees to all nonprofits with the understanding that they would decorate the tree showing their mission. And so we had 10 trees we purchased, we put them up, we put the sign up, and the library didn't have any decorations. It was just there, all bare, sitting there in the little park as you go into Hadley. Well, a neighbor, somebody jumped up and said, we can't have a vacant tree. I'm a friend of the library. I'm gonna do something. And she put lights on it. Someone else jumped in and put poinsettias on it. Then the church next door has a youth group, and the youth group said, you know what? We've done all our Christmas decorations and we have some fake snowmen left. So they made a wreath, or they made a garland, excuse me. So we have mittens and garland and snowmen and mittens and snowmen. I said, what are we gonna do with this? And they said, we're gonna wrap it around the tree that we love the library. But what we're asking everybody to do is to write their very favorite book or author on the snowman. And we already have a couple of garlands already on the tree. So now it's up to you. I've saved these snowmen for each one of you people to put your favorite book or author on. I have the marker in hand.
Well prepared.
Thank you, Sue.
Thank you very much. Did we know about this tree?
I
We
found-
didn't know about
It's
it,
wonderful.
but we couldn't do anything. We didn't have, we couldn't spend money or
Okay.
do anything for it. We had no ability.
The next thing I'll be here for is the Maple in April. So save April 27th, 2024. Can you believe it? Wow. Is coming right around the corner. It's a Saturday, and then we'll again be inviting you to set up a booth. And again, tell the public what you do and entertain.
That would be a terrific opportunity for us to listen to folks who maybe aren't comfortable standing up here and speaking, but on one-on-one could do it, and we could do that at a booth. So thank you for that offer. Thank you. Okay.
We're all traditional.
Okay, just in case, now I don't wanna make sure, let me make sure. All right, and then, and no other further comment, we will close the public comment session. Thank you very much for the quorum. And our agenda shows an executive session if needed. I'm pretty sure at this point, we have no items to go into executive session, so we will not this evening. In the future, I'm sure we will be in executive session discussing employment situations and so on. Do we have an executive session on?
I feel like maybe we should talk about the names of the people that, instead of waiting, maybe we go back now and talk about the people that we have that were previously interested in the manager position,
Okay,
so that we can talk about it tonight to get ahead of it.
Sure. Okay,
and we'll just discuss those names. It should be pretty short and sweet, and then you'll have that information, and then we can come back out and adjourn.
okay. And
That's just
I agree, I agree.
that's good.
I think
That's
That's good. Okay, now, the mechanics of this, just to help me out a little bit, the mechanics of this based on, I mean, the executive session is closed to the public,
We've been doing it in the back room.
but we do
We're
it,
just going back.
and then we return to adjourn, is that correct?
Correct.
But we do not make a report of that executive session,
No.
so, just so you know. You can sit here and wait for us to come back and adjourn, but you don't have to do that. And, okay, so what we need is a motion to proceed to executive session to discuss the pending potential applicants.
I make a motion that we move to executive session to speak of the applicants.
Second,
Second, okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, so where do we go?
Right.
We call back to order. Executive session has ended. I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
I make that motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
The meeting is adjourned.